G'day troopers. Today what I'm going to be doing is dropping a motor out of an XV750 Virago 84 model. This should apply to all later models as well, since the frame's the same and the motors are interchangeable. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've got low compression on both cylinders and I have had fuel mixed in with the oil. In fact, it was full of fuel when I drained it. To get the motor off, I imagine it will be a relatively simple process. It's not a complicated motorcycle. Number of bolts that you're going to have to undo, or I'm going to have to undo. Bolt, 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 bolt. The side stand, I reckon I'm going to take it off because it looks to me like it's connected to the motor through the frame. So that's the left hand side. On the right hand side we've got bolt, 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 and that should be it for the bolts. The other thing I'm sort of wary of is any connections to the motor, so any electrical or breather hoses. So you've got the rear brake light switch. Here I'll disconnect that. You've got a earth terminal that runs to the negative terminal of the battery. You've got a positive terminal that runs to the starter motor, that runs underneath the motor, so I'll disconnect that, put that aside. There's a breather hose here, so it's a Gen 2, so the breather hose goes to the front cylinder. CDA connection, they will be connected to the harness, they'll have to come off or get disconnected. On the left hand side I can see out of the magneto there's two cables coming out, the joint to the harness with two cubes, they'll get disconnected. The clutch comes off and I reckon that'll be it. I've already mentioned the side stand, they'll come off. The motor, I reckon it drops down. The shaft drive just plugs in, so they'll just come off. But when it falls, obviously I'll have something underneath it, but when it goes forward, it'll hit the mudguard, so I'll take that off before the motor drops down. Let's see how we go. To do this brake light switch, I'll just undo the bolts, the Allen bolt underneath. They'll take care of the ground that runs to the battery and the switch itself. I'll cable tie it so I don't lose track of what goes where. And no cable tie. Cool. Got that. Now the starter motor. I had it off recently because I was painting it. Hello, hello. That comes off. Beautiful. The nut goes back on so don't lose it. Please come out. It should come out. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. So bolts. Wow. That's actually underneath. Bolt, bolt, bolt. I'll do them individually. And there's another cable here. I don't know what that's for. That comes into the motor somehow. So, ooh. That could be the oil thing. I'll disconnect it as I go along. Ah, it just clips. So that's the starter cable. This thing here, what the fuck is that? So I reckon that's going to be oil pressure or oil level sensor. Can we disconnect it from this side somehow? Well, I think that's it. That's the cable here. Yep. Breather hose. CDI. Let's have a look. CDI cover. So, alright. So what I'll do is, the one on the left-hand side of the bike, I'll just tighten a knot, so I know where that one goes, and then take off the other one. Right, now for the clutch. So I've taken off the cable from the clutch lever. Now, there's a washer here, this will come off. Spring comes off, and then I can take this fucker out. Come on, baby. That's it, that's out. Out, out, that's all free. Now, I'll just put it all back in, so I don't lose any bits and pieces. I'll tighten it up later. That's sitting there. I'll just put the cover back on, so I know what I'm doing. Alright, that's cable tied. Let's just cut it. That's gone. Cubes. There we go. So that's a cube. This cube. Done. So these suckers can come out. Oh, so they're held here. Okay, they come out. What else did we have? We had the side stand. That's one. Another one here. With the side stand, I can see that the bolt's going all the way through the motor, and it's actually turning on this side. So I'll just do this. Far North Queensland, bloody warm, I tell you. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I was right. That bolt holds up the motor. Let's just double check that we've got everything disconnected. I'll go around the bike just loosening these bolts to see if I've got any issues. That's a 14. Let's go, let's have a look. That's loose. Seems to be loose. Oh, God. That's loose. That's loose. Okay, so this one's a problem child. That's why I didn't want to start undoing everything until I actually knew what I was doing. Let's try a hammer. Looks like it's working. My God. Okay, so the motor's not exactly flat. What I'm thinking is I'll screw in little guides here and on the other side, like that. Then I'll use screw stuff on. The car jack goes underneath, so I can lift the motor a little bit and undo all these bolts, and then hopefully it will just boom, fall out somewhere. Yep, good enough. My thinking is undo all these top bolts and leave these ones. Well, this one will be the last one to come out, but this one will come out as well. So hopefully we'll pivot on that thing. It will disengage the shaft drive, and then we're home free. Change the part. I'm going to strap it to the frame. Secure. Yup, that should be okay. So that will hold it if anything happens And I can always cut this off. Alright, let's do the bolts. That's out. There's a rubber mounting there, can't forget that. So that goes here. Well, it's hanging on this one. So once we lift the motor a little bit, I think it should come out. Now this one. Ooh. 2 washers, the bigger ones on the inside. And this one comes out. Well, this one's coming out, that's cool. So that was with that. That one goes straight into the frame. We're going to have a problem here. It's okay. This one. I don't know if this is the right way of doing it, but keep going. Fuck it. Got it. Got it. That's off. Okay, now, and that's hanging on this, I think. Fuck. Alright, the last one's gonna be this one here. Oh, that's. Let's pull it out and see. Whew. This will be the one. Now, is it going to drop? All the mounts are off, all the bolts are out. I'll just lower this thing first and see if it starts dropping. If not, then I'll lower the car jack. Well, that's loose. Let's lower the car jack. Ooh, look at this. It's a coming off. Yep. Beautiful. Motor coming off. Exhaust pipe loose. I don't want to crush that. I think the shaft drive just disconnected. Is it pivoting or anything? No. That's still loose. Oh. I believe we got it. Well, did it do any damage? Probably not. Well, I believe we've got a XV750 motor out of its frame. And there's a stupid exhaust pipe that I have to remember later. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, Troopers. I'll keep going with this project. I'll keep posting videos. Until next time, ciao and bye. For your viewing pleasure, here's a slow-mo roll of my motor. Yes, I do dumb shit. I didn't see this happening, but such is life.